And I'm not a strict dad by any sense of the imagination, but that day I said to them, I'm picking you up, you're coming home, and you ain't going nowhere. I know we're not in America. They're like, why, Dad? I said, don't ask me why. Just on this occasion, just do as I tell you. And they did. Really, I was really down. So the 13th came. The day went by, I was like, oh. So the 14th came. I clicked on the TV in the morning. Some lunatic, so mainstream news is telling us, over where you are in America, went to a school.
Sandy Hook Elementary.
And shot them all.
Yep. My whole family's from Connecticut, too.
There it all was. A disgruntled former pupil back at the school where he used to go, flipped and shot everybody. All them kids. That's what I was being told. So now, the disgruntled former person from Past Vengeance theme carried on. Christmas Eve, I slept on the sofa because we spoil our kids for Christmas. We save all year for Christmas. And there was presents everywhere. And I've got a big black Labrador who tends to open presents if you leave him on his own. I slept on the settee. I woke up Christmas morning with a bit of a start, a bit of a jump. It was 5:55 a.m. I thought, 5:55 a.m? What's that about? I clicked on the TV. Once again, I'm back in America as all these
firefighters. Something happened in Michigan or somewhere where the firefighters got killed.
Yes, the guy who'd come out of prison after 17 years for beating his granny with a hammer. Nice fella.
Yeah.
Went back to his house, set it on fire, and the fire spread to some other properties there. Lured the emergency services in and shot them.
Yep.
So that the closure of my numerology America visions this year, and I've given you 3 or 4. I mean, there's been about probably 7 or 8 altogether, all for America. It closed for me at 5:55 Christmas Day. Thank you very much.
So
that was my 2012. Yeah.
Is there anything coming up that because this is after the fact? Is there anything coming up that has been recent that you feel might happen?
Well, do you know what? I asked the universe for a break because
gotcha.
Mentally drained, physically this thing hit me hard. Of all the things to hit me with children, that gets me.
Yeah,
really gets to me.
Yeah.
And I've struggled with this. So I asked for a break. I got 2 days, and I've had a pile more already. But Steve and Mira said to me, Steve, go on Pang, but don't you dare start spouting the future live on air. You can't. You won't let me, guys. I'd love to. He'd go mad if I did. I can't. You won't let me.
That's okay.
That's okay. We understand, Steve.
And, I mean, I can mail them to you, but I can't tell you, and I've got to trust
Yeah, if you want, you can email me, Steve, if you want. Of course,
Yeah,
I would never share. I will never share information. So that's.
I mean, again, Mike, Jamie, imagine, if I'd have spouted this stuff to you live on air, and what you've just seen. Imagine how them parents are feeling, and they drop their babies at school, and they're never coming back.
Yeah.
To that, if I'd have told you all this before the event,
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of problems, couldn't it?
Yeah, I got a girl that's in elementary school right now in Florida, so it's good.
I mean, the other side of it as well. I kind of imagine if I had have told you, just gone ahead and done it. Do you think that on the word of some guy from a little town 5,000 miles away from you in England, that the American authorities are going to take the blind bit of notice what I'll say?
No, not at all.
They might well come booting my door down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah.
Threats or something. Yeah, they could.
But it begs the question, why do I keep getting all this information for all these things around the world, constantly getting all this stuff? I can't do anything about it. Nothing. There's nothing I can do. I can't tell you live. I daren't.
Right.
And even if I did, the authorities wouldn't take a blind bit of notice of us, would they?
Yeah,
right.
It's true.
So that was my 2012.
Well, we're all hoping this is a lucky 13. I mean, 2012 wasn't so bad, but I think everything's going to get better, Steve. I think everything's going to. In some way, you're going to be able to help people, and you just haven't maybe quite found it yet.
Well, I mean, I've been plodding on with my book, but this like I say, this this hit me really hard from October onwards. Really, really hit me.
Yeah.
So I couldn't write. There was no point. It'd just be rubbish.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't concentrate when I know something like that's on its way. So I just have to take it and I'm just going to pick myself up and just carry on writing. I'll get there eventually. The world will know in the end, and what the world does with it then is up to them. I've done my bit.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I'm sorry to if that's a bit of a sour note, it could bring everybody down, but that's what it's like when you're a real deal psychic. People don't see the side of it that hits you, that you feel in your stomach, you feel sick, it's horrible. It goes on for weeks until the event's here. I've been here so many times, it's hard work, it really is, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, thanks for the update. Definitely. That's some amazing stuff you got going for sure. I mean, I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing, but, I guess you have to decide what to do with it.
I think it's how you deal with it and what you do with it, whether it's a gift or a curse, don't you?
Right.
I mean, I've got a poem somewhere called Gifted, Mad or Cursed. I've got a poem for every occasion. I've got hundreds of them. I'll just get on with it, just plod on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more I can do, is there? You have two choices, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sit in the corner curled up like a dog that's had its ass kicked.
Yeah.
You roll your sleeves up and get on with it and think, well, right, this is a gift and I'm going to use this to the best of my ability and try and tell as many people as I can. If people think through what I do that perhaps there might just be a God after all, because it's coming from somewhere, and they think, right, I better change my ways a little bit here, because you know what, I might just get judged one day, or there might be a greater power knowing that everything that I do. If people start to change because of what I'm telling them, then it's worth the sacrifice that I have to take from time to time, being flawed with it.
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
Right.
So yeah, the book will be out soon. I can't tell you when. I was planning on editing it, getting it all typed up over Christmas, but that went completely out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just keep in touch with us. Steve will definitely help you get that book out there too. Once you're ready and promote it, and definitely everybody. It's almost a tradition to have you on the Open Planet to get updates. But we appreciate you calling in and sharing your, like you said, your gift. I still think somewhere it's going to end up being a gift. So I believe it's going to be a positive thing, though it is tough to deal with.
Yeah. Well, something as powerful as this, you can easily say it's a curse, And it's not as though, if I went to the church over the road or the church up the town, or I went into a mosque or a synagogue or every single person in there is going to tell me a different thing and to give me a completely different opinion.
Yeah.
From it's devil to, it's God.
Mm-hmm.
There's nowhere I can go. There's no one I can talk to about this. I don't want to sound arrogant, but there's nobody that I've met that's psychic or professes to be is anywhere near what I've got. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
No, I've met nobody with this.
And the strange thing is a lot of cops and detectives use psychics, but they don't like to, announce it to the world.
Yeah. I mean, I've rung the police in the past and been pretty much ridiculed down the phone by them, but that's British police for you. But I've done everything I can do. All I do now is log it, and prove it, and keep proving it, keep logging it, keep doing it, and it's got to go somewhere eventually.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason, isn't there? It's bigger than me. I'm just a bloke,
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, there's nobody can definitively say to me, Steve, you're having this for this, and this is where it's coming from. There's not one person on this planet, there's 7 billion of us, nobody can tell me where or why this is happening. I've just got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why it's come to me, because I can, and because I do.
Right. It's coming to you because you're probably much stronger individual than somebody else, and there's got to be a reason for it. So,
yeah,
Perhaps.
perhaps.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the update, Steve. We get to a few other callers. We look forward to talking to you more in the future.
Yeah, there'll be plenty more, mate.
All right. Well, thanks
Steve.
for tuning in.
Have a great night over the pond there, or good morning, we'll say.
I will do. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.